Hello friends and welcome to Miss Debbie's Storytime. I'm so happy you're here to join me. We have a really silly book to read today. It's about a little boy who's flying his kite outside and his kite gets stuck in a tree. Well, you are not going to believe the way he tries to get his kite back down from the tree. It is really silly. Our book today is called Stuck, and this is by Oliver Jeffers. There's a little boy. There's a tree before his kite gets stuck in it. Here goes. It all began when Floyd's kite became stuck in a tree. There it is, it's stuck. He tried pulling and swinging, but it wouldn't come unstuck. Maybe he'll ask for help. The trouble really began when he threw his favorite shoe to knock the kite loose. Ooh. And that got stuck too. Oh boy, he looks angry. Look at his eyebrows. Maybe now he'll ask for help. No. So he threw his other shoe to knock down his favorite one, and unbelievably, that got stuck as well. In order to knock down his other shoe, no. Floyd fetched Mitch. Oh no, tell me he's not going to throw the cat in the tree. Let's see. Cats get stuck in trees all the time, but this was getting ridiculous. Oh no, he threw his cat in the tree. So Floyd fetched a ladder. Well, that's a good idea if he's careful. He was going to sort this out once and for all. Oh, good. And up he threw it. He threw the ladder up into the tree. I'm sure you can guess what happened. His ladder got stuck. He's a silly boy. The ladder was borrowed from a neighbor and would definitely need to be put back before anyone noticed. And in order to do so, Floyd flung a bucket of paint at it. Oh, goodness. And wouldn't you know it, the bucket of paint got stuck. Then Floyd tried. Oh, Floyd looks really angry, doesn't he? I wonder what he tried now. A duck to knock down the bucket of paint. A chair to knock down the duck. And his friend's bicycle to knock down the chair. Wow, this is really getting out of hand. The kitchen sink to knock down his friend's bicycle. And Floyd's front door to knock down the kitchen sink? The family car to knock down their front door, and the milkman to knock down the family car. Did you get up here the same way? He asked the cat. An orangutan to knock down the milkman, who surely had somewhere else to be. Wow. He's finding a lot of stuff to throw up in that tree. A small boat to knock down the orangutan, and a big boat to knock down the small boat. A rhinoceros to knock down the big boat, and a long-distance truck to knock down the rhinoceros. The house across the street to knock down the long-distance truck. Floyd? She can see him. I told you this is a silly book. A lighthouse to knock down the house no longer across the street. No, he can't pick up a whale. Do you think he could do that? The whale said, "Hi, what are you doing?" A curious whale in the wrong place at the wrong time to knock down the lighthouse. He really did. He really threw a whale up in the tree, and they all got stuck. Wow. That's a pretty strong tree to hold all that stuff in there. A fire engine was passing and heard all the commotion. The firemen stopped to see if they could help at all. And up they went. First the engine. Can we help at all? Followed by the firemen, one by one. Oh no, Floyd has them in his arms. No, Floyd, the firemen are supposed to help you get everything down. You're not supposed to throw them in the tree. And there they stayed, stuck between the orangutan and one of the boats. Firemen would definitely be noticed missing, and Floyd knew he'd be in big trouble. Then he had an idea. Oh, I'm really nervous. I don't like his ideas, do you? He went to find a saw. Uh-oh. Do you think he's going to cut down the tree? Oh, no. He lined it up as best he could. It looks like he's going to cut down the tree. I hope not. And he hurled it up at the tree. Oh, no. And that was it. There was no more room left in the tree, and the kite came unstuck. His kite came out. He's so happy. Floyd was delighted. He had forgotten all about his kite, and he put it to use immediately, enjoying the rest of his day very much. Well, I'm happy he had a good day, but do you think that everybody up in the tree is having a good day? No, I don't think so. Oh, goodness, he went to sleep. He forgot about everyone. That night, Floyd fell fast asleep, exhausted. Though before he fell asleep, he could have sworn there was something he was forgetting. Let's look out that window. Do you see what he was forgetting? He was forgetting everybody in the tree. Oh, Floyd. Hang on a minute, lads. I've got a great idea, says the fireman. Oh, my goodness, look at all those things stuck in the tree. Well, that is a really silly book, and it's a good thing this didn't happen. It's just pretend. Now, we are going to do a fun craft, and we are going to make our own tree, and we are going to get things stuck in the tree, too. So I'll see you in just a minute. Okay, friends, now it's time for us to make our very own tree and get some stuff stuck in our tree. We're not going to be as silly as that little boy and throw real things up in the tree outside, because they could get stuck, or we could really get hurt or hurt someone else. So we're going to have fun pretending by making our very own tree. Miss Debbie has a couple different ways that we can do this, just in case you don't have some of the supplies that Miss Debbie's using. The first activity we're going to do is we're going to make our own tree out of a paper towel roll or a toilet paper roll. And you are going to do that by simply taking some scissors and cutting a little snip on the side of the roll, and then turning it over, and on the other side making a little snip as well. If you're using a toilet paper roll, you're going to do the same thing. Cut a little snip and cut a little snip on the other side. Then what you can do is, using any kind of paper, you can use scrapbook paper, you can use printer paper, you can use a piece of cardboard, the back of a notebook, anything that you have. Miss Debbie just simply traced out a treetop here, and I am simply going to push it down on one side into the little slot that we made, and then push it down into the other. Push it down like that, and you don't even need glue or anything to make it stay. So that's the tree that we'll be using. And Miss Debbie has included a printable of all of the items that we read about in the book Stuck. Now what you can do is color these ahead of time, or you can just leave them as is. And this is great cutting practice for strengthening your fine motor skills, because you just have to cut along the lines. So, and you can cut out as many pieces as you want. You don't have to cut them all out. And while you are doing this, you can tell a story to yourself or to someone else, and you can say, I got my shoe stuck in the tree. Here's a shoe. And then you can glue that in the tree, and you can pick what you threw up to knock down the shoe. You can make up your own story, or you can look back at the video and follow it in order of the book. It's entirely up to you. So you're going to need either some tape or some glue or glue stick. And you're just going to glue the backs of the little pictures that you have and just stick them onto your tree. If you want, you can try to stick them all on one side of your tree, or you can put some on this side and some on the other side. So that is a fun activity. The other thing you can do if you don't have a toilet paper roll or a paper towel roll is to simply draw a tree onto a piece of paper. Crayons, markers, whatever you have. And if you have extra construction paper and you don't want to draw, you can simply cut out a tree trunk with some brown paper, black paper, whatever color you want. Put it down like so. Glue it down. Then you can color a tree top if you'd like. Or you can draw your tree top first and cut it out, or you can just do what Miss Debbie's doing and make a crazy squiggly tree top. Put it down here just like that. And now you can either draw things that you want to put into your tree, or you can use the printable and cut out some of the squares and put them on top of your tree. The last idea that Miss Debbie has is either using a cup or a plastic cup that you have at home. Miss Debbie is using a paper bowl here on the top. You can use a plastic bowl too if you have something like that. Or you can use something else that Miss Debbie hasn't thought of. But all I'm going to do is gather some small toys that I have around the house. Excuse me. And I'm going to take some Play-Doh. And I'm going to put it, I'm going to flatten it out in my hands first. And then push it down on top of my bowl. And put it down on the sides a little bit to make it a little bit more challenging. Because what we are going to do is pretend that this is our tree. And we're going to see things that are going to get stuck in the tree when we throw them up. I'm going to throw a little elf up in the tree. There we go. I'm going to throw a duck up in the tree. Bonk. Look at these sticks on that Play-Doh. How about a car to get the duck? That didn't work. It got stuck too. Miss Debbie has a little dog I'm going to throw up in my tree. That's stuck too. Another car. Look at them all sticking to the Play-Doh. How about a dog? An army man. Miss Debbie has a spinning top. So you get the idea. See how many things you can throw up in your tree and see how many you can get to stick and balance before they fall. Have fun. Thank you so much for joining me reading our book Stuck and making our very own tree and fun activity. I hope you had as much fun as I did. And until I see you again next week, my friends, stay happy and healthy. Bye.